Elio stars Yonas Kibreab as Elio, a young kid who's sadly lost his mom and dad and has to live with his aunt Olga, played by Zoe Saldana. Olga works in the Air Force in the space program as one of the officers who keeps the air safe from all the space debris left by our satellites and shuttles from the past launches. Elio feels alone without his parents, obviously, so being a space fanatic, he goes out every night on the beach trying to find ways to be abducted by aliens, until one night it actually happens. Mistakenly recognized as the leader of Earth, he has the opportunity to become part of a universal society based on sharing knowledge with other aliens. That's until Lord Grigon, played by Garrett, is rejected by the society for being an aggressive warlord without tolerance and decides to destroy the society. Elio is charged by the society to see if he can talk to Lord Grigon and talk him down, and if he does, he'll be inducted into the group. When Elio gets to Grigon's ship, he's imprisoned and meets Grigon's son, Glordon, played by Remy Edgerly. He doesn't want to have anything to do with being a warlord, and he and Elio become fast friends. Can Elio stop Lord Grigon from destroying the peaceful society that he wants to be a part of and stay friends with Grigon's son? Elio is directed and written by 3 different directors and written by 3 writers who also worked on other Pixar films like Inside Out, Coco, Soul, Luca. So you know Elio is in great hands. The film starts in a space museum with Elio and his aunt trying to bond after the death of Elio's parents. It's a very somber beginning that you would expect from a Pixar film. He then runs off into a planetarium exhibit that talks about the Voyager space program launched in 1977, which are the 2 spacecraft that explored the outer planets and ventured into interstellar space with the golden records that have Earth gratings recorded on them. Voyager 1 right now is about 15 billion miles away from Earth, and Voyager 2 about 13 billion miles away. The fact that the film includes this real piece of history into a kids' animated film is pretty incredible. It's incredibly smart, sort of sophisticated writing that gives the animated film some real depth to it. They also added a voiceover from the American astronomer Carl Sagan in the film that gives it this sweet mystery to it and gives it some realism. Now when we get to the aliens, the realism is kind of thrown out the window, but it is, a Pixar movie. The movie reminded me of a combination of 2 of my all-time favorite 80s sci-fi films as a kid, The Explorers and The Last Starfighter. It has the sweet child looking for a way to find these aliens in a tilt-a-whirl spaceship type mentality, and the being scooped up by aliens and recruited for a really important mission while a clone of you is actually standing in for you back at home. Just like these 2 films, there is a wait to see the aliens while you get to know the main character, which builds up the mystery of what could be out there in the vastness of space in our minds. I love that about the first part of the film, and it did feel very 80s to me. Once Elio finds the aliens, it becomes very much a Pixar movie with outrageous characters, but it doesn't lose anything in the transition, especially when we meet Glordon, the son of the warlord Grigon. He is by far my favorite character in the movie, with the sweetness and humor of any sidekick in a film like this. But there's something extra that I loved about the character that I couldn't quite put my finger on. Maybe it was the way he was written or the actor that played him, but I just wanted to see more of him than any other character in the film. Sort of like when I saw Dory for the first time in Finding Nemo. The film is all about feeling alone and being different. Elio wonders, am I the problem? Am I the reason no one wants to be my friend or be with me? There's a theme about how being unique can sometimes feel like you're totally alone. There are themes about abandonment issues and connection between other family members that can be difficult and strange. And all this ties into the theme of alien life and the first contact, which was really smart and entertaining. The film oozes heart and compassion and gave me the feels a lot and made me smile a lot more than I expected. And it's always a good sign when a theater full of kids is quiet 1 minute and full of laughs the next. You could tell that they were very captivated by the movie. The animation is spectacular as it usually is with Pixar films. It's visually stunning and so fluid to watch. Every movement is so purposefully designed and is absolutely masterful, which is why Pixar is one of the best in the biz, in my opinion. Usually if you see a Pixar film, it's going to be a visual masterpiece. I just discovered that WALL-E is part of the Criterion Collection, as it should be. The aliens were a little too childlike compared to the complexity of the first half of the film, but again, it's a kids' animated film. The soundtrack is amazing, as usual, as any Pixar movie. It has the ups and downs of great music that gives you an emotional high. It has some sweetness to it, and it's a very signature sound for pretty much every Pixar movie, but different in its own way. Elio is another Pixar banger that has the heart and the soul that makes the film so great. The voice actors are fantastic, and the writing is funny and heartfelt. The animation is gorgeous and masterful, and the beginning of the film is smart and satisfying for any parent. The whole film is one that has rewatchability because it's so well done. I think it ranks up there with films like Coco and Finding Nemo. So if you're a fan of these Pixar films, you're gonna love this one too. I'm giving Elio 4 stars out of 5 for all these reasons. It's rated PG for some action, thematic elements, and maybe a slightly sort of scary scene that turns out okay in the next 5 seconds. It's great family fun though. So let me know your take on Elio as it hits theaters this weekend. Let me know what your favorite Pixar film is, if you have one, and why. Like and subscribe for all the latest movie reviews hitting theaters, and remember, don't wait till it streams. Let's go to the theater and let's see it together.
I don't know if this is boundary testing or sleep regression or... Ugh! Which one of these is you?
I don't know, but I think that one is you.